What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Hollywood Hogan, and you can see us or listen to us right now on recording, but you're also watching us right there on that camera. It's your boy Hollywood Hogan. I got the boys from GCF. I know you've heard about them before on the channel. Right next to me, you can see my boy from the tri-state area, Rossi Montgomery. What's up, brother?
Oh, what is up, man? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling happy. Thank you for finally getting me
oh, it's been a long time coming.
Couch. I know, man. We've been talking about this for a while. You know, it feels good to finally do this. You know, and you got me out of the tri-state area. I love it. I love the beautiful weather. You know how it is back up.
Yeah.
You know where it is. It's
got you the ticket. It flew you out here.
Did. Thank you, man. You know,
it's a one-time special. We're also accompanied by the one, the only G.O. Amazing. What is up, bro?
What's up? Nice to finally be on here. It's big news. It's breaking news. G.O. Amazing's here.
I mean, I see that eye's healed up pretty well.
Oh, it's healed up pretty nice. You know, my face is still pretty, as you can all tell.
Yeah.
Look at that. Really pretty. But how's your chin? Or what happened during that show that we were at?
Somebody should tweet Danny Limelight right now.
I know somebody should.
Someone should tweet him right now.
Why don't you go call your boyfriend now and tell him?
First of all, champion. He's our champion.
Champion.
He's your champion.
Champion.
He just doesn't like it that much.
You see what your champion?
Not quite as much as he likes,
But will he be my
commissioner?
But will he be my champion for
He even had
long?
your boy Vic go up to you and just to make sure
Insert
you're okay.
clip right here so you guys could all see it right there in the video.
Yeah.
What? First off, I don't even know why that Vic guy's following me. To be honest, I don't even know who hired him.
I just know he does. Friend. He's not my best friend.
He does good
even though he says that a lot. We're not best friends.
Are you sure you guys?
We're not best friends.
Let's be real. We need someone to be in between TJ, who's the star of the announce team, and everyone else. You know,
TJ's star.
You have your stars.
Are we gonna take a chance on this podcast to go through how you and TJ know each other? You know,
TJ and me go way back, and
way back.
We'll leave it at that.
Well, first, let's introduce the two people that are bringing GCF
were you
up.
like TJ's fluffer or something?
Hey, you heard the man talking.
Because I guess that's a good introduction for RJ Wallace, right? I mean, just totally dissed you for 5 minutes, and welcome to the pod, bro.
Thanks for having me. But I mean, if we can get down to the nitty gritty, I feel like this should be the title of the podcast. Is Joseph Saint TJ's Swabs' Fluffer episode 1.
Episode 1.
Yeah.
Would you
Chronicles.
bring me to, buddy? I gotta bring it up, and Mr. Wallace. Obviously, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for having me here. But
hey.
I have to say, and I'm not stepping on any toes, but it is just as much, if not more, of an honor, Mr. Saints. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you both for having me.
Gio, buddy.
I agreed to this.
I
agreed to be here so that I could correct everything wrong that RJ is going to tell you on this.
I mean, I only took the invite because I thought we were talking to Johnny Saint from NXT UK. Yeah. You said star.
Cool,
and I was like, Johnny Saint.
Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, Joseph Saint, welcome to the podcast. Another person that we brought on here. These are the two main guys, RJ Wallace and Joseph Saint. They may not always agree with each other. Obviously, there's some bad blood brewing, but they're here on the podcast and they're bringing GCF to a global stage. So, welcome both of you. Hopefully, you guys can get along in this whole podcast. So far, so good.
That's up to RJ.
I mean, it's copacetic, I guess.
I mean, both these guys technically are my bosses. I don't know. I've asked them who's in charge sometimes. I don't really get an answer.
It's a confusing factor.
It's a hard life sometimes.
I mean, it does look like Danny Limelight has picked his side, though.
It does, and which brings me to, I've done a lot of work in my day. You guys understand where I've come from. You guys brought me in.
I mean, God, me and you are both season assist by New Japan Pro Wrestling. I mean,
that is a very true statement.
Yeah, that sounds tough. I'm glad you guys.
We're 2-0 right now, correct?
Yeah.
2-0.
2-0.
Vinny's got nothing on that one, but I digress. Guys, thank you for letting me kind of be almost like an interviewer. We've talked about this, so I'm just going to get down to it right now. One name is going to be on everybody's mouth in, I give it 1 year's time. Danny Limelight. He is the future of professional wrestling. Yes or no? And why?
Danny Limelight has everything that this business calls for. He has
only
the
like
look.
him because his abs.
He has the look.
Those are good looking abs, though.
He has the talent.
I mean,
He has the following.
yeah.
There is no reason why any company shouldn't want to sign him right now as their main star. That man could be main eventing on global television right now. And give me the year he will be.
I had people go to the show, the first show, As Good as Gold, and people that don't even like wrestling, and they were absolutely astonished and amazed by Danny Limelight.
Absolutely.
I had people leaving and telling me, who bought tickets for me, telling me, man, that kid can go. He was the one person that they were all talking about when they left.
Well,
He's the face of a company.
Absolutely.
He is the main event. He's
And
an
while
all-star.
we're on the topic, his opponent at our very first show, which originally, we won't go into details, but wasn't what the plan was, his opponent, Matt Vandegrift, rookie year, and is nearly just as talented.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Uber talented.
Yeah.
He's going
almost
places.
won that match
Nah,
too,
he's
man.
gonna
We
go
don't get along and see eye to eye on most things, but there's no reason the two of those aren't going to be stars.
True, and it's pretty undeniable. Danny Limelight's star power. I mean, yeah, the man kicked me in the face at a show I was at that I got invited to. I mean, you were supposed to be there since that's your boy,
Yeah,
but
I feel like you
you're on vacation.
Oh, no, don't, it's okay. Don't worry.
Intentionally
I was
neglected
there.
to give me that invite. Just,
I mean, it was sent to everyone.
I was there. I was there, and I saw you get kicked in the face.
Your messenger boy must not have gave it to you.
it's all right. The show's outcome went exactly as planned. So
We all saw
mean,
the kick, though.
yeah.
I mean,
All
amazing-
wrestling Twitter definitely
let's-
saw the
let's
kick.
not
that was a
stir
kick
away from
heard
the
around
fact
the world
that-
right there.
yeah.
I mean, the kick didn't hurt as bad as you guys
You sure?
thought.
Because
I don't know. You kind
when
of
you hit that mat, it was looking pretty hard.
It was a pretty stiff
can't
ring.
eat.
I mean, it's like one of those Mexican rings.
I feel like you
I don't
lost
want
me.
to. I don't want to get you guys getting too crazy. I'm always gonna try and play the mediator right here, try and make everything peaceful.
Doing
Again,
your job, making sense.
just trying, man. Just
Put him
trying.
in his place.
Yeah,
You have my
right.
permission as your boss. Put him
Well,
in his,
since I'm one tier ahead of you, that's not going to be
How high
easy.
does that tier actually go to?
Higher than you could imagine, sir.
as long as it doesn't involve writing checks.
Ooh,
Man.
it's a fun dynamic.
Yeah, it is, man. It's gonna get interesting. So as we get closer, we talked about, obviously the main man, the real true man of maybe every hour, Danny Limelight. Now we move down the card. Another big question's been on everybody's minds, man, and I'm sure you guys have gotten it. Maybe your DMs have been flying with them. When and where actually are we going to get this tag team division that we've been hearing about? We got the guy Danny doing the high flying stuff. We got the SoCal Championship. I know obviously eventually we're going to get a world title. But right now the tag team division is hot in all of professional wrestling. When?
Well, before that, arguably, there is no need for a world title at the moment. Danny Limelight is our
very
star
true.
and is our champion.
Yeah.
If it called for it, he has already made that title worth more than anyone could have imagined. So,
Which is true, but let's not steer from the fact that Sunday, March 3rd, possibly faces his biggest challenge yet in GCF. Maybe even in his run in SoCal. I mean, yeah, anybody can be the best if you beat the same people a bunch of times. I mean, the Lakers could play fucking the Miami Heat for 82 games and win a fucking championship.
I don't know.
But,
That coach is
you
pretty
know.
garbage. I'm not sure. I'm
But,
not sure that could
but you
happen.
see where I'm getting at? Who is Danny Limelight faced?
Well, your calculations are off big time. Dan Lam's gonna win, so that's a
Anyway,
guarantee. I'm gonna be
messenger
there to
boy
see
who can't get in the ring. Let
hello, future, not
grown
right
men
now.
speak.
Let's bring it back to the tag team division. I did
That's
hear
tag team,
the revival
thanks.
might be open for booking, so I'm just throwing that out there.
So
That's great.
I
We don't need a revival. We don't need the Young Bucks. We don't need these big tag teams. All right? The reason why there hasn't been a tag team division in GCF yet, tag teams around here, they're all pretty much the same. And if you think about it, we got the heavy hitters. If we put the heavy hitters against whatever tag team Santino Brothers pushes out, what do you think is going to happen, my guy?
I mean,
There's
you
no
bring up
real
good points,
challenge.
boss. You do.
There's no real big name team that's deemed GCF worthy.
So as of right now, are you saying you're kind of giving the challenge to every and any tag team in not just the SoCal area but outside? You're saying right now, on record as the boss, everything, you don't believe there's good enough contention right now in the tag team division. And
I don't. Do you?
I will give credit where credit is due. Your team, the Heavy Hitters, have struck fear in the hearts of every local tag team out there on the scene.
No tag team wants to come to
I'm not
GCF.
scared, but
What that means is yes.
Heavy hitters.
Step up, grow a pair, and come and challenge the Heavy Hitters. Because right now, I'll be real, they are the uncrowned champions, as far as I'm concerned.
And Sunday, March 3rd, the Heavy Hitters don't have opponents.
So in a roundabout way, what I'm getting from both of you, and Saint just kind of said it, March 3rd, big day. We're all ready for it. As of right now, what it kind of sounds like to me is Heavy Hitters have an open challenge for the uncrowned GCF tag team titles.
And if somebody could step up and show them what's good.
Well, I hope everybody is listening to this, because I'm actually now very, very curious of, who might show up, who might come kind of take that brass ring that we hear about these days.
Any tag team that's available, man. The show is there. The opening is there. You want to take a shot at them? Go for it. I think they just have to grow a pair, like you said, and step into the ring.
Exactly.
That'd be good.
These guys are both, selling these guys. They're telling them they're the best that they have. And if you want to come and prove them wrong, well, there you have it. You have your chance to do it. But it depends who's going to do it. You know what I mean? Like you said, there is not a lot of tag teams out there that are ready necessarily or could get the job done. And if you're going to build your company around the tag team, they're doing the right job right now. You want to build a division as well. You want to have the best people, and you want to have competition, and that's the biggest need, competition.
At the end of the day, in this business, it's about showing people what you got. And the Heavy Hitters is going around all of Southern California showing people what they got.
You know
Plain
what?
and simple.
I'll agree to that. You're right.
Why is he here?
He's a
You know what? While we're on that topic, he's here because you made a stupid move last show, and you laid your hand on someone that you employ. And for better or worse, whether I'm in charge or not, I now need to legally step in and intervene. So this man that you put your hand on now has something coming to him.
He also had a +1, by the way. As designed. That's why Rossi.
What does he have? What does he have coming to him? A left hook this time? What?
You do that, and he just might end up with your job at the end of this. Yeah. I suggest you go. I've sent you the emails. Talk to his lawyers, and figure this out. Because right now, there's a lot of things in jeopardy that we've already talked about.
I've read the emails, and I've talked to his lawyers, and I've talked to mine. And Gio Amazing doesn't have a case. If you watch the video,
if you watch,
not
he
to
swung
cut
at
you
me.
off, boss, but I love fantasy work. Gio, that's a great question, man.
What's that?
Say you had the boss's job. Say you were running the card. What would your GCF look like?
Well, for sure, the chemistry between these two would be better off, and the company would be in better hands.
Of course,
It wouldn't be as toxic as this seems to be.
Yeah, of course. Duh.
The best relationships always cause chaos.
Do you not see
right, guys?
the great and the losers on that side? Come on, we see chemistry right here.
didn't
Obviously,
say
you
that,
see
right?
it.
You
Coming
didn't
from
hear
the
me say
guy who wouldn't get in the ring with 5-foot Rudy.
First off, I couldn't even see him when I was talking to him. Okay, how can I face anybody that I can't see?
I mean,
All
Ian
right?
Bear
I'm
did.
just saying, look what he did to him. He was laid out.
It would
He
have been
was
even
injured.
worse with you in the ring.
Yeah.
He would have folded
been,
you up like a bed sheet, son.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Please. I would have had him laid out. Gio Amazing would have got the win, just like he always does. And that's it. That's all how it ended.
The last two shows, you've taken a couple L's, my friend.
I haven't taken an L. Have you ever seen an L on me yet?
You've never been.
Saint,
Check the
time
record
I
books. I
get
think he's
to-
undefeated.
I'm pretty sure I'm defeated.
Where?
At GCF.
You haven't had a match.
This man has never been
And the
pinned.
last time the
I
people
had a
saw you in the
match.
ring,
Correct.
Joseph Saint was
Correct me
carrying
if
you
I'm
like a
wrong.
shot child.
Has he ever been pinned? Yes or no?
No.
There you go.
Exactly.
Undefeated.
Because he hasn't been in a match.
Undefeated.
He's scared to get in the ring.
We gotta move on.
Well, no, but we're talking about that, which put Gio on the spot, though.
Yeah,
When do you
yeah,
plan to get in the ring, though?
When I plan, it's in the future. That's what I've been known as the future of GCF.
And what is like your
When the
main
rehab on
plans?
his lady parts are done.
When I know when my time is coming. I know when to come in. You know, because I'm Gio Amazing. Anytime I'm in any spot or any place, I shine. Like, you're lucky right now I don't do my signature pose and blind you all. You're lucky. You're lucky right now.
that shiner you had under your eye.
Well, here's the other question I also
me.
have for you, brother. Is that like you've aligned yourself with Joseph Saint?
Yes.
But what is your main goal moving forward? And when you do step into the ring, if you get the win, you don't get the win. What is your main goal moving forward?
Well, moving forward, I don't want to break any news or anything, which I'm not. Which I want everybody to come to the show so you can all see what I'm going to do to this show. And I'm glad that you brought that question up because I really do want to change things. And I want to come in and, you know, pretty much take over. But, you know, have Mr. Saint as well with me to run that show. So, I don't want to say too much, but just know there's a change coming. So,
Well, I'd love to know what Dan.
You didn't
thinks
even
of that,
answer this
though.
question.
I know.
He said, "What would you do?"
Talk to your lawyers. Talk to your lawyers.
We gotta move on, guys.
Bit of
We got
advice.
a
Stop
lot
doing
to go over. You know, we've already gone over quite a bit of this card. One more thing, maybe to put the pin in, just for we don't want to give away too much for this next show. You know, right? We gotta have the kids living in anticipation. But one more thing, and I don't know if it's this show or maybe the next one after. Heard rumblings about a women's division. Now, is there any truth to that? Yes or no? You can leave it at that. You can go a little bit more in depth. I don't know, but just I need an answer, guys, right now.
It's a question I've been asked as well.
You know,
RJ, take it away.
It's a hot topic.
For a while, we saw the women's division just like we saw the tag team division. Granted, at this point, there was no real, we didn't have a woman in our division to, kind of set that bar to be like, oh, there's nobody that can stack up to this chick. But, I mean, with the exception of your, bigger promotions out here, women in wrestling aren't all that great. I mean, we can attest to that. So, as far as the women's division, we're all about change. We're all about evolving. It's 2019. It's happening. It could happen in the near future. It could happen March 3rd. Buy a ticket, find out.
Right.
Will it happen August 24th at the anniversary show? Who knows? Buy a ticket, find out.
Well, there we go, guys. I mean, I think we got some good answers on that one. Like Hollywood was saying, we've just something we keep getting bugged about.
Well, I think that's something you could talk about real quick. What do you think about that? Do you think there's a division there that could be made, or do you think the talent pool in the scenes, like in indie scenes and all that, is not that great?
I think, again, not to steal your thunder, sir, but to kind of piggyback off what he said, it's 2019.
Yeah.
Endless possibilities. Anything can happen at this show, the next show, the show after, the show before. It doesn't matter. Go back in time, check it out.
Anything.
We'll see.
But
I live in the now. I live in the scene, the future. It's bright. It's not always great, but guess what, guys? Wrestling is great.
Rossi,
it's
I
amazing.
totally forgot we're talking about women's wrestling. Gio Amazing's sitting right here. I mean, it kind of piggybacks off the when is he going to get in the ring thing. I totally forgot.
We're stopping here
Because I didn't give my view yet.
Well, that's another question that has. Was this a shared opinion, or is just...
Here's my view. There is a time and a place for everything in wrestling other than RJ. What that means is absolutely yes. There is a time and a place for women's wrestling, and just as soon as I find where that time and place is, it will be on our card.
Get your
Once
boy in the
they
ring, man.
impress me enough, once they don't reach into their pants and go viral over something stupid, there will be a time and a place for women's wrestling.
you better be afraid.
Why, you going to pull out a tampon on me?
But as far as we're concerned, in terms of what we've been asked about from last show, yes, we have been asked several times for women, but what I was asked for, last show, we had a match that was contested under underground rules, and that match was something special.
As a viewer of that one, as an outside looking in. Yeah,
I can tell you how that match.
Was great.
There was a pinata involved.
There was.
Kids loved it. Grown-ups loved it. There was something for everyone in this.
It was. It was great.
And based on that, I can tell you we are just getting started.
So what you're saying right now is that there's I don't know what the name would be. You know, there's a hardcore future in GCF.
There is definitely a spot, a division for those wrestlers that think outside the box and aren't afraid to get their hands a little dirty. And I will be introducing this division very soon.
Well, you know what? I'm very, very happy.
I think a lot of people are going to be very
good.
intrigued with that because I think that's something that's going to catch a lot of people's eyes and attention if you're able to build that division with quality wrestlers that have ideas to use in those matches. I think that's a division that's going to succeed very well for you guys.
I honestly can't wait to see who decides to show up for that one. That's something right there.
You know, as bad
so
as
much
their
fun
relationship is,
with.
I mean, you got to be excited for everything they've been saying. You know, they want to build a tag team division. It's just the way things are right now. It's an organic thing. You know, you have to build from the ground up. Yeah. And they're doing that. They're open for a women's division. They're going to build that and hopefully bring that out sooner than later. You know, they have their star in Danny Limeway. They have a hardcore division that they're building. This is a company that's organic. It's building on its own, you know. It's like right now the wrestling world is just amazing. As much as we like to bitch and complain about certain things around and we don't agree and like certain shows and all this stuff, but right now wrestling is at its freaking fucking best, you know, because there's just so much quality wrestling everywhere that we could all consume at any time given. You know, there's so many people I see on Twitter every day that's always bitching and complaining about like which company they want to watch. They pick this side, they pick that side, and it's so simple-minded it's stupid to do. When there's just so much wrestling out there, you don't need to consume yourself with just one property. You have so many across the board, indie scenes, main scene, you know, you got WWE is always going to be the main guys no matter what. You have AEW coming pretty soon. You have Ring of Honor, New Japan. You know, I can keep name dropping all these companies like for nonstop because there's so many. So we live in the golden age of wrestling because there's just so much quality, and with so many, like, you know, you got Twitter and Facebook and Twitch, there's so many different ways to consume it. So like not allowing yourself to enjoy all this wrestling, to me, in my opinion, would just be so stupid to do. Here you have two guys, as bad as their relationships are, they are building a freaking company that has so many ideas and so many options that it's going to take off. It's going to take off because they are open to absolutely everything. And in today's age, if you're open to everything and you're able to give it to your audience, you're going to succeed in the wrestling world today.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
This is true.
Wow.
It's the truth, man. Yeah. Wrestling right now is at its best. It's at its best. As much as we love to bitch and complain, it's at its best right now.
Yep, because you have that factor that anything can happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, GCF.
Absolutely anything can happen. It's not just a saying of card is subject to change. I thrive on it. I look forward to it. When you come to our shows, we have never told you everything. You don't know what you're getting based on what we've shown you on a flyer. I guarantee it.
And plus, with these changes that I'm saying, there's going to be a lot of people that we never seen before that, you know, anything can happen. People can show up. Or, you know, somebody that could be very famous.
Did your boyfriend tell you that?
No, you know, just something that
to kind of cut you guys off again. We're trying to keep the peace between you, but you brought up a very good thing, and you know, not to boost my own ego. Hollywood knows where we come from, you know, and it's always fun and games. But you guys not only just kind of helped me out, bring me in for an interview. I told you that in recent times, you know, maybe my phone's ringing a bit. Maybe I'm calling people up. My phone's been ringing right now about guys trying to get on this next show, people in future shows. So maybe to answer some guys, I won't name them, some of their answers, and maybe some other people asking questions. What does it take to get on one of your guys' shows?
My Twitter has a message right there of a link. You can send me any video. This goes to anyone. I am always open to seeing talent. Send me your best of reel. You have the company's email right on our Instagram. We are very open to any and all that want to send us and get on our card. Are we a little backed up at the moment? Yeah, for good reason. And we look forward to trying and giving as many people an opportunity as they want.
Yeah, all right.
The investors whom I work for are not stupid. They brought me in after giving RJ here money to fund a company. They brought me in to see that he wasn't squandering that money. And as much as we don't see eye to eye, I say it once more, they're not stupid. They brought us in for a reason. We're going to put this company on the map. Until I find a way to get rid of him. But until then, me and him are going to do everything in our power to run this company to the top.
Well, that's another question I have for the both of you. So what is the main goal for this company?
Expansion.
Expansion. What, do you agree with that, or is yours different from his?
Going to the top. It's a goal I've had ever since I started this company. You know, ever since I came up with the idea of this company was, you know, giving those guys like Danny Limelight or Mikey O'Shea or, you know, guys like that a chance to branch out, to be that avenue where we can be like that PWG where people go, oh man, that guy can make it to the big leagues one day. And they went right through GCF. And GCF was that home base, especially in Orange County, California. Not a lot of shows around here. There's probably, what, one other company besides us out here? Like, so it's a real melting pot. A lot of the boys that wrestle all these shows out in LA and, you know, San Diego live right here. So why not give these guys a shot? Why not give these fans an opportunity to come see wrestling right down the 91, you know, right down the 5, you know, where they don't have to go to, you know, Reseda or Oceanside or, you know, and come right to Anaheim.
That's a very good point.
Watch some high quality
Bringing in the heart of OC.
You know, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to give back to a place that's given a lot to me since I've been here. And, you know, there's nothing more I love than wrestling. So I wanted to bring wrestling home. And unfortunately, I got Joseph Saint with me. But who, you know, oh well, so be it. We both have the same intent as far as where we want this company to go. And, you know, until we can find some common ground and he can go fuck some other wrestling company up and we can, you know, go from there. And he can take Geo Amazing and whoever is on his little bandwagon with him.
I mean, not, you know, you nailed all of them. Got all the points. You made it.
Except the last one.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't take you with me anywhere either. You're right.
GMA makes.
Well, starting, like, here's something I want to know, because the hottest topic right now in wrestling is obviously AEW. Everybody's talking about it. It's like brought so much excitement to the wrestling world and wrestling Twitter and the wrestling community. You two starting your own company very organically as well, starting it from the bottom to the top. What are your guys' thoughts for AEW? Do you guys have any advice for them if they need it? Like, what are your guys' main thoughts about AEW? Do you think they'll be able to compete with a company like the WWE? If you guys were in charge and that was yours, how would you guys do it? That's what I pretty much want to know.
If they are looking at it as competition, they need to get that mindset gone. Can they compete? Yep. Yes, but do not come into this business
as competition.
There were years ago, TNA tried to move to Monday nights. And it was the biggest flop they ever did, and they never healed from it. They're doing better this year, but they never healed from that. AEW has everything going for it, and I hope they succeed. I truly do, because I love everything involved with that. But my senior year of high school, WWE announced they were bringing back ECW. Then on MTV, we had Wrestling Society X. So there was this time frame where you were getting WWE, ECW, Wrestling Society, and everyone was excited for it. And it flopped. I don't want that for AEW. I want them to succeed. It would make the business thrive as a whole.
Oh, yeah.
WWE thrives off competition. They're stagnant, clearly. They need competition.
Oh, yeah. They've gone too basic, and because there is no competition.
There is no competition.
Yeah, there is no
competition.
For so many years.
Yeah. I had hoped ROH should be their competition. They bought all of their competition from ROH too. There's no competing.
It's been a very long time that company's actually backed up by so much money, and the owner has more money than the McMahon. Mm-hmm. So I mean, these guys are legitimate.
Oh, absolutely.
These guys are very legitimate, and I think, but like you said, they can't see it as competition as much as fans. That is just ridiculous that they think as soon as AEW starts, it's like, well, now they're going to take down WWE. it's not going to happen like that. They got to have their organic movement as well. You know, they got to build a company, a division, a champion, a tag division, a women's division. They got to build up. You know, they got to get an audience. They have to entertain that audience. According to reports, they might be on TBS every Tuesday night. And according to reports, WWE might be moving NXT on Tuesday night. So things are going to get very interesting, man. It's going to get very... And SmackDown's going to Friday night starting when that deal happens. So things are going to get very interesting. And like you said, exactly, if they go into this thinking, we're going to dethrone WWE, it's going to go completely off the rails because they're just going to be focused on that and that only, not anything else has to do with, because they keep talking about this wrestling revolution. Stick to that.
Exactly.
Stick to that script to changing the way people care about the fans, and they want to have wins, losses matters. Everything Cody said at the rally was amazing. And when I was at Bar Wrestling this last Wednesday, he even said, we don't want to be like WCW. And that stood out to me.
Yeah.
Because obviously he knows. I mean, look at his family, his lineage. You know, he knows how that went for him. So I agree. If they go into this thinking, we're going to just take them out of the picture.
WCW hit the tank with honor, okay? WCW Greed was the best fucking pay-per-view.
Jesus Christ.
Why don't you just say December to Dismember?
That's the second best pay-per-view of all time.
But again, like you said, if they go into this thinking that they're taking them out of the picture, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're wasting money pretty much, and this is all just going to be one giant waste of time. But again, I mean, they're starting off, I think, really well. I mean, they're getting guys. I'm pretty freaking sure they're getting Kenny Omega. I mean, let's just stop the fucking rumor.
You'd like to believe it, yeah.
I don't buy the rumor that he's showing up at the Royal Rumble. It's just going to be funny when Wrestling Twitter is bitching about it when he doesn't show up.
Yep.
It's like the line of the sentence.
Last 2 years?
It's like it's not going to happen. You know, he's going, and when they think about it, it's like, is he going to join his friends and pretty much his brothers at this point? And the money's mostly the same because they're backed up by billionaires. Or is he going to go to WWE and just be Kenny Omega working with WWE writing for the same amount of money? It just doesn't make sense. I don't think they're going to get Kenny. So I'll give AEW this credit, man. They got the Young Bucks. They got Cody. Joey Janela. That was freaking awesome. MGF, I even like that because he's an awesome heel. And then getting Kenny, Chris Jericho on his 3-year contract. But the biggest thing is Chris Jericho's still able to work with New Japan. Chris Jericho's still able to do his Jericho cruise. And I think that's the biggest thing with the wrestling companies. If you give freedom to your wrestlers, you'll have happy wrestlers, paid wrestlers, freedom to do whatever the hell they want to do, to make more money for themselves. And it looks like AEW is making that certain that their wrestlers are able to do what they want to do. You're going to have happy wrestlers and more happy content, happier matches, greater matches, because they're actually going to care. You're not going to have all these rumors that so-and-so is bitching about this booking and they want to go here, and then there's 20 rumors all week about this talent wants to leave here and all that. I like what they're doing. So exactly like you said, if they go into this trying to beat WWE, it's going to be a waste of time. But if they don't, I'm really excited for it because this is huge for wrestling and we need it. We need competition. As much as WWE might think they're just going to shrug it off, we need it. We definitely need it because they did get complacent. And they got super complacent. That's why they have such lazy writing and booking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys pretty much nailed that one right there. I mean, you spoke more than I could, and you got me off. You know, I can't even.
Well, I'd love to know RJ because your opinion also, because this is, joint company. You're doing your thing.
I mean, I agree with everything you just said, man. Like this is big, and looking at what the Elite have been able to do with all that stuff, it's real inspiring to me, at least as a promoter and owner. Because there were definitely times where you felt like you couldn't do it because you didn't have the resources or the money, or wrestlers aren't going to take you seriously. You're just some bucket mark with no experience, blah blah blah. There's a lot of those things that went through my mind and kind of slowed down the process of this whole thing. But like I said, the investors and Joseph Saint helped that out, I guess. So I mean, and it's still a process, just like owning any other type of business. It's still the wrestling business. You run into your assholes, you run into your people who can't make it, you have people who flake out, shit like that. Venues fall through. It's the nature of the beast. But you gotta keep grinding, you gotta keep going, and stay in your own lane. I think that's where, we talked about TNA a while back. They tried to get into a lane that was much bigger than what they were ready for, you know? And we saw what happened there. All their big names are gone, you know?
And I guess to kind of kick on that, how do you say you guys stay in your lane? And what is the lane that you guys are trying to follow if you,
I think
you had to?
our lane is basically not getting ahead of ourselves, you know? Like, we don't need the big matches every show, man. We don't. We don't need to score the gigantic marquee names. We don't, you know? Let's build the homegrown talent. Let's build the local guys, you know? Let's showcase these guys that don't get to be seen anywhere. Or that want to be seen somewhere.
Not to cut you off, some of this homegrown talent, are you saying that GCF is building, other than, you know, obviously Danny goes different places. We see Mr. O'Shea go to different places. Mm-hmm. We've even seen the Lord Atu show up once in a while. So, I mean, all these names, they are names, but they're not necessarily just GCF. So, other than the inaugural champion, Danny Limelight, what, you know, are the GCF locker rooms building for the future? Is there talent kind of starting that, you know, no one knows? I mean,
you're in the presence of
we're sitting next to one,
pretty much.
and he is undefeated.
Are you guys getting in the ring?
I'm not getting in the ring anytime soon. I don't know if Hollywood. I was actually talking about Gio Amazing. Technically, he is on the Gio Amazing is on the roster.
But he's not your only one, right? I think that's the question we're asking, right?
I mean, like, because so far he's the only actual like homegrown GCF.
Gio's already a star. Okay. What you're talking about is, are we having our own
star?
Are we having our own rookies?
Star, like a famous star, like the burgers from Carl's Jr. He always eats backstage at shows. Is that what
you were sitting there with him?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I enjoyed a nice lunch, but he was eating them from Call Time to Bell.
Ribs, what I hear.
You know,
you ate like 5.
To answer your question,
yes,
I have a dream of having a local showcase.
You have a dream?
I want, you would get right on that. GCF would love to debut stars. Now, does that mean they had to train exclusively with us? No. But if you're just starting out in this business, if you've just graduated from schools, if you're looking and not quite getting out there, again, send us your video. Send us your training. Show us your credentials. I would love to have a match of all rookies. And winner of the match gets on the next show.
That would be something right there.
Winner of the match can call themselves GCF's first rookie talent.
So Gio's not considered a rookie.
Maybe we'll.
It might be.
You're a star, Gio.
But yeah, he's right.
I mean, he's like right there under Ricky. Like he's like, dang, he's like G League maybe.
I think I'm a like
developmental
at the A, like amazing.
Well, what I would love to see at some point is you get your own. Somebody that's ready to come up, show their talent, and when they're ready,
and you know, maybe
you have
the two homegrown talents go at it. That would be something.
You got Vic. That's it.
You know, I
Vic doesn't wrestle.
I hear some rumblings in the tri-state. That's all I know.
you know, and there's always rumblings in the tri-state, the battle area. But yeah, if there's anybody from us coming up, that'd be great. You know, obviously.
I know. I mean, don't you have like a whole crew of those guys?
You know what?
There's rumblings. There's talks.
It's big. It's.
You know, tell your people to call my people to work
Okay.
You know.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Just mine.
What are we talking about?
We'll talk later.
Okay, awesome. Cool, man. Well, I think kind of in closing, and I know this is usually your thing, but I mean, I just want to say, dude, thank you for having me on. This is something that we've talked about for quite some time, and you know, in the clouds of smoke that sometimes form in my room, I don't know where that comes from either. I forget sometimes. So I'm just glad that we finally got around to this. And I can't, you know, I'm not just blowing smoke again, that metaphorical smoke, right? I'm in the presence of three very, very talented individuals and three guys.
Hollywood Hogan is pretty talented.
He's great. Thank you once again for, you know, letting me come on to these next show. I can't wait for the show where I get to help, you know, see what's going on. You know, Hollywood's there with me. You know, we're gonna have head of security, Hammerhead. They're running, you know, helping whoever. You know, sometimes he can help you guys out.
I mean, looks like Gio Amazing might need security.
You know, his eye is
Someone
looking.
else might
His
need it
eye
from
is
Danny
looking.
Limelight.
Let's give a special
Because
happy
someone's
birthday though
afraid.
to Hammerhead though.
And a
A
very
special
happy birthday to our boy
Scared enough
Hammer.
Danny Limelight?
Happy
So-
birthday, security.
Happy birthday, security, Hammerhead.
That's
Happy
why-
birthday, brother.
Happy birthday, Hammerhead.
But guys,
That's why Danny Limelight's ducking Andy
Well,
Brown.
in closing, what I would want to know.
Well, guys,
Yeah,
come
he's
on,
ducking
come on,
Andy
guys.
Brown.
Let's
Andy
keep
Brown's
this.
gonna
Let's
beat
keep
for
this
the chip.
PG still, guys.
You're afraid.
I have two
Gio,
closings. What's the
sir.
Lakers score?
78-74 Lakers. Lonzo got carried off the court.
Wait, what?
Fucking shit. Okay,
No,
but
what?
but in closing, March 3rd.
Yes.
Sunday, March.
Tell us, both of you,
GCF
what we can all
presents
expect.
Maximum Carnage. March 3rd.
We will all be there.
At Della.
Dude,
Are you gonna be there on
words.
time?
Tickets are on sale now at purplepass.com.
I'll be there
GCF
early.
Carnage.
And try
Link
not
in
to
the
beat.
description.
And try
Link
not to
in
eat
the
the boys'
description.
catering this time.
Hey,
Shoot.
hey.
I will try to be there.
Sunday,
Like,
March
crash
3rd.
Yeah.
They don't deserve it, I
Purplepass.com.
do.
Purplepass.com/GCF Carnage. The main event, GCF SoCal Championship. Danny Limelight defends and possibly loses the championship to Uptown Andy Brown, who's coming through to GCF making his debut.
There should be a
Also
bet on that.
got-
There should be a bet if Daniel Limelight loses or not.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure he's
there's
gonna
going to
win.
be a
I'll
lot of
right there to see it.
I don't know. Gio and
firsthand.
RJ should make a bet
I'm
about
just
that.
saying.
I mean, that would
there's going to be a
interesting.
lot
That would
of
make things interesting.
GCF debuts.
RJ
at the
Walrus
show.
will lose that bet.
That's
okay. He'll lose that.
What
bet.
are you trying to
So,
bet, Gio?
The
Your company.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You ain't
He'll
ready for
lose
that.
that for sure.
You ain't ready for that.
Other than that, just huge main event. I can't wait to see some of these debuts. I can't wait to see some of these surprises. You know, you never know. You know, once again, guys, thanks for having everybody here. Hollywood, thanks for having me.
You're welcome,
I look
man.
forward to the future at GCF.
Let's do it again soon.
Yeah.
do it,
Oh, we
guys.
would definitely get
may-
together.
maybe without these two, yeah, sure.
Yeah, this is like
It's way funner with all three.
well,
Plus Rossi. But my boys, anyways, in closing, look, like they said, March 3rd, tickets are now on sale. If you haven't got it, you're missing the hottest ticket in the OC. Make sure you go get it. The link is in the description, so make sure you click the link in the description. Also, I'm selling a t-shirt now, my boys. Hollywood Club, make sure you go get that. You don't have to, but you could if you want to. It would help your boy out very much. But I guess March 3rd, I am hyped for it. It's the hottest ticket there. I will be there. Rossi Montgomery will be there. There might be some other members of the tri-state area there. Who knows? You'll have to find out. But all I know is I am very excited for this show. I'm excited for this dynamic between the two of you because it is just so interesting. As toxic as it is a riveting stuff because I just want to see what happens next. And I gotta be honest with you, RJ. I have to disagree with you. I think Danny Limelight's gonna stay the champion. He is the face of your company right now. This dude is legitimate. He is legitimate.
Danny Limelight has all the talent in the world, but Andy Brown is Andy Brown, man. It's Uptown, man.
Yeah, we'll see.
You know,
Who knows?
that guy's doing big things.
All right, this is Hollywood Hogan. You can sign off, brother.
it's your boy Rossi.
And it's oh, you gonna put your sunglasses on just in case?
It is bright.
Okay, yeah,
Shine
sorry.
brighter.
Gio, amazing.
You see how the
Joseph
lights stayed
Saint.
the same?
The commissioner of the GCF.
I thought it was Johnny Saint, but all right. This is RJ Wallace, the owner of GCF.
He's the biggest saint though. Just, you know.
All right, don't forget to slap that thumb, subscribe, and join the Hollywood quick. I'll see you guys later on. Too sweet.